U.S. President Joe Biden confirmed during the official visit of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to the U.S. on December 21st this year that the Patriot anti-aircraft missile system will be handed over to Ukraine. That's the most advanced air and missile defense weapon the West has. Considering the enormous destruction Russia's inflicting on the Ukrainian energy infrastructure, this decision is not even overdue, but overripe. In this video, we'll try to understand what changes this anti-aircraft missile system could make to the Russian-Ukrainian war. We'll also tell why, in our opinion, the U.S. delayed so long with the transfer of Patriot to Ukraine. After all, the Ukrainian government has been seeking this weapon for several years and raised this issue long before a full-scale war with Russia. The Patriot surface-to-air missile system was adopted by the U.S. Army 40 years ago in 1982, so it's quite an old weapon. But thanks to numerous upgrades, its tactical and technical characteristics meet modern requirements. The minimum unit to use the Patriot is an anti-aircraft battery. It includes 4 to 8 launchers on a trailer with 4 missiles on each, a multifunction AN/MPQ-65 phased array radar, an interaction control station, an antenna mast group, and a power plant. One launcher is designed for 4 PAC-3 missiles, or 4 PAC-3 advanced guided missiles, or 16 small E-rent interceptor missiles with extended range. They're very accurate against theater-range ballistic missiles. Now let's answer the first question posed at the beginning of this video. What can this system do for Ukraine? First of all, we should say that there are already anti-aircraft missile systems of Western production in Ukraine, the American-Norwegian NASAMS, and the German IRIS-T SLM, the latest development of Diehl Defense. But they've not closed the skies over Ukraine. Will the Patriots be able to do so? Let's speculate. Ukraine has S-300 anti-aircraft missile systems of Soviet production, which are similar to the American Patriot by their characteristics. Judge for yourself. The Patriot destroys aerodynamic targets such as planes, drones, and cruise missiles at a distance of 68 kilometers, as follows from the information at the official site of Bundeswehr, which has these systems in armament. True, some sources report 80 kilometers. They shoot down ballistic targets at a distance of 15 to 20 kilometers and up to 20 kilometers in altitude, according to the official website of NATO. S-300 can hit at a distance of 75 kilometers, and the upper ceiling of the strike is 27 kilometers, according to the website of the Belarusian state company Belvneshpромservice, which sells weapons for export. The Patriot can simultaneously shoot at 5 targets, while the S-300 at 6. As we can see, the Patriot and the S-300 have very similar technical characteristics, but there are 2 significant differences. First, the Patriot has E-rent missiles, which, as we've already said, are designed to engage the enemy's tactical missiles. And such missiles, if they're more or less modern, like the Iskander, are practically invulnerable to the S-300, at least of that outdated modification, which is in service with Ukraine. However, it's unknown whether the Patriots can shoot them down. So far, the only missiles it has so far are the 61 Soviet SCADs. They were used by Iraqi troops to attack the Americans during the Desert Storm War. The U.S. military initially claimed that the Patriot was 100% effective, but when that turned out to be untrue, it admitted that the 158 Patriot missiles fired during the operation had only intercepted 45 of Iraq's 91 Scud missiles. The Patriot showed roughly the same effectiveness in repelling Yemeni rebel strikes on Saudi Arabian oil facilities. To be fair, however, it should be said that mostly second-generation PAC-2 missiles were used then. Since then, the targeting technology of the complex has noticeably improved. Now, aiming the missile at the target takes place in 3 stages. First, the missile flies according to the program. The radio command control is engaged. At the last, most important stage, we use the track via missile algorithm. The point of this algorithm is that not only does the radar station receive the signal reflected from the target, but also the missile's guidance system. It processes this signal and sends information to the command post via a high-frequency channel. This information, figuratively speaking, is how the missile itself sees the target. The anti-aircraft computer analyzes the information from the locator and the missile and uses it to calculate the optimal missile trajectory and gives commands for the missile to fly on it. This makes it possible to improve targeting accuracy and enhance protection against radio interference. When hostilities between Iraq and the U.S. broke out again in 2003, all 9 Scuds launched from the Iraqi side were shot down. But the Russian Iskander is also a much tougher target than the Scad of 60 years ago. The second difference between the Patriot and the S-300 is that Ukraine is running out of S-300 missiles, and it's impossible to replenish their stock in principle. They're only available from Russia and Belarus, therefore only Patriot can be an alternative to the S-300s for Ukraine. But will these complexes be enough for Ukraine? So far, it's firmly stated that only one complex will be delivered. This is not enough. According to the Military Balance magazine, as of 2022, Ukraine had 250 missile launchers S-300. Some number of these systems were knocked out during combat operations, but even by this initial figure, it's clear that to cover key facilities on the entire territory of Ukraine, we need not even dozens, but hundreds more anti-aircraft missile systems. It's impossible to supply such a number, and even in such a short frame. For reference, the United States itself has about 450 Patriot launchers. Sweden, for example, ordered 4 Patriot batteries in December 2021. One Patriot battery is already on alert. But the Swedes will be able to complete the rearmament to Patriot no earlier than 2026. Poland ordered this anti-aircraft missile system as part of the same 4 batteries in 2018, but it'll finish putting them on combat duty only in 2024. So we can say with confidence that at the moment, Patriots will not close the sky over Ukraine. Yes, the Ukrainian air defense will strengthen. The price of its breakthrough for the Russians will increase. But no more than that. Ukraine's infrastructure will continue to deteriorate. In our opinion, the Patriot delivery has the main purpose to see how this main American air defense system will shoot down modern Russian missiles. And based on this information, make improvements to its design and application algorithms. From this follows the answer to the second question posed at the beginning of this video, why it took the U.S. so long to deliver the Patriots to Ukraine. In our opinion, the main reason is that the Americans were afraid that the Patriot would show low efficiency against modern weapons. And this will also damage the image of the USA and can affect sales of this complex. And a Patriot battery costs close to $700 million to $1 billion, depending on its configuration. Officially, experts say that even if the system fires in near optimal conditions with no radio interference, no decoys, and no mass launches of rockets, its efficiency is only 50%. And some claim it's even lower, 35%. The Patriot's popularity was not added to an incident in Saudi Arabia in 2019 when Iranian Houthi rebel drones bombed Saudi oil facilities that were covered by Patriot systems. No drones were shot down then. The second incident occurred in 2021 when a U.S. airbase located at Iraq's Erbil airport was attacked by 2 Iranian missiles, and both of those missiles exploded on the base, although it was guarded by 12 Patriot surface-to-air missile systems. By the way, there's already a lot of information that Iran is ready to resupply hundreds of its missiles to Russia. But evidently, it was no longer possible to procrastinate with the Patriot deliveries. Otherwise, there would have been an impression that the Americans are afraid of the Russians and that the Patriots aren't that effective. Therefore, it's necessary to take a risk. But we don't want to end the video on a rather pessimistic note. There's nothing bad or humiliating for Ukraine in the Patriot tests. And if Patriot proves itself well, and we hope so, then the U.S. may decide to supply these systems en masse. Where will they get them? They'll just give 1/3 or half of their 450 units. After all, the stake in this Ukrainian-Russian war is not even Ukraine, which many Americans will not even find on the map. The stake is the leading position of the U.S. in the world. If Ukraine loses, the U.S. will cease to be a leader with all the consequences that follow, including the dollar as the world currency. And there's no way the U.S. can let that happen. What do you think about the decision to deliver Patriot to Ukraine? Is it the right decision? Write about it in your comments below. If you enjoyed our video, please give us a thumbs up so that as many people as possible can see it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We promise many more interesting videos about weapons.